Okay, so I'm in Caddo Lake State Park after my little tour with Lyle and Dr. Meldrum and Adam Davies and Craig Woolheater. After that kick butt interview, or not interview, after that, stop that, go back and do it all over again. So after our tour with Falk, I'm back in the Jefferson area. I'm actually at Caddo Lake State Park. I'm gonna stay the night. I bought a little campsite for the evening, and I think the plan is to hit the water and get out on Caddo Lake with our kayaks for a little bit, and then come back before dusk, and then get out and maybe go night hiking tonight on some of the upland trails. I don't know where I'm going in the park. I'm going by some cabins. I don't know if I'm heading towards the campsites or not, but you know, we got a good, well-received, pretty campsite according to the person who rung us up, the state park official, and we're heading on in. We're gonna check some stuff out. I'm looking at a nature trail over here that we might revisit later. Because we're in a state park, I can't say that I expect Bigfoot activity because there's a large traffic of people, you know, it's the fact that I have a couple of hours to get out on the water and relax after the festivities of the Bigfoot conference, and after some really cool social experiences with a lot of well-known faces in the field. This is a great way to end the day, and we're gonna have a good old time, me and Bandit. So, like I said, don't know where I'm going, but I'll find out eventually. Learning about the park, there's been some things that I've already learned. I learned that there was a huge log jam that they called the Great Raft that stopped up the Red River, and the water just kind of overflowed and created an artificial lake, which when they broke up the log jam, the lake went away, but then later they put in a dam and kind of restored the naturally formed lake. And I don't know where I'm going, but it's a one-way road, and it's really narrow and going down a steep hill. I'm getting nervous because I just don't know where to go. Camping area is the opposite direction of where I just turned, because I'm an impulsive person and I didn't think about it. So this is a boat ramp, and okay, so this is where I'll drop in my kayak later. But I gotta stop by my campsite and check it out, put my little reservation type thingy on there. Yeah, this is pretty. Caddo Lake has got a handful of Bigfoot reports, but it's interesting that it wasn't until the early 1800s that the lake formed because of the Great Raft. And it's an ecological wonder, with or without Bigfoot. And park ranger just waved at me. But it's an ecological wonder with alligator snapping turtles and you name it. Actually, I don't know which way I'm going here. I'm just gonna park until I can look at a map. Everything is like one way. Hold on a minute. Sorry, I got a little confused because a lot of this park has got like one-way traffic, and I've never really been in a park like that. You know, it's pretty standard roads where I'm used to going, but it's kind of nice. I mean, it just filters you around, and it's nice that you can see all of the nature around you. Yeah, so Caddo Lake has got some invasive species. Oh no. Sorry, a squirrel. A squirrel just ran in front of my car. I'm gonna check on the little guy and make sure he made it. Stay, Bandit. I don't know why I zoomed in there, but I don't see the squirrel. I'm assuming he survived. So that's good. It's good. You have to have a heart when you're in a state park. And don't step on my maps and things. It's not nice. So yeah, the squirrel made it, so that's good. Or I would have felt kind of sad for a little while, until I had the bright idea to use it as fishing bait. But it's another story, another time, another circumstance that did not occur. So I'm down here. Wow, there's some like boggy, swampy looking things over here. Okay, I gotta find my campsite. You'll have to forgive me. I'll have to revisit the camera in a moment when I know where I'm going. So this is our campsite. We've checked it out. We've got our little tags everywhere we need, but we're not setting up a tent or anything like that because we're sleeping in the back of the truck. So while we have some daylight left, I think it'd be great to get out on the water and maybe walk out on the pier with the dog, and then eventually get on down on Caddo Lake and see what we can see. I don't know how I'll be able to navigate it. I don't want to get lost out there in the bald cypress trees, but we'll go on down there and we'll have a see. We'll have a look. And I don't know, maybe Bigfoot will be sloshing around, but it's okay if we don't see him. Mainly, I'm just excited to be here and to have the opportunity to observe some biodiversity. So without stalling anymore, I guess we'll head back in the truck and head down that direction and get our feet wet. Now if you look down here, you'll see lily pads and things, and I think those are products of the natural environment. But the invasive species, which I'm not entirely sure how that was brought to the lake, but that right there, that is giant sylvania, and even though it's small in comparison to the lily pads, it is a larger variety of sylvania, and it is known as giant sylvania, and that is what's basically dominating portions of Caddo Lake, and it's proving to crowd out a lot of the other vegetation. A lot of the animal life are struggling because of that, and it is a problem here, and they're trying to treat it several different ways and combat it. But as you can see, just in this portion right here, it is spread out intermittently, and it is an issue. And you saw earlier at the other site how much of an issue it was. I mean, it was covering the entire surface of the water. So yeah, giant sylvania has been a problem for this natural ecosystem. Oh yeah. Over here we got lights. It says this is a lighted pier from sunset to 10 p.m. Which, I don't know, maybe lighting it up would, you know, it would illuminate all sorts of nocturnal animals that might be down here. Maybe get some glimpses of alligators or certain types of frogs. Or you got to put a light in there for some reason. There's got to be some appeal to coming in here after dark. Makes you wonder. See the amphitheater buried in the trees? That's where they let all the Bigfoot enthusiasts do their presentations. Deep in the dark forest, hidden from the views of desired guests. We call that the rant space. Look, they've even put a do not enter sign right next to the amphitheater, to keep all beloved visitors away from the undesired Bigfoot conversations. So we're out on the water. Sit, Bandit, be careful. Sit. And we're kayaking in Caddo Lake. And if you look over here, sorry, I'm trying to maintain my balance. I'm in an 8-foot kayak and it's a lot less stable than my 10-footer that I'm used to. But if you look over here, you'll see these bald cypress trees. And talk about feeling like you're in a different time. This camera is not waterproof, so I can't afford to tip. I've got a grocery bag to keep it mostly dry, but we'll see how well that is in the near future. It's getting choppy. Bass boats. So I'm looking over here at these cypress trees, and I couldn't help but notice that a lot of the leaves, they look very fern-like, kind of between an evergreen type conifer branch, but also seems a lot more delicate, like ferns that would grow from the ground. And I'm wondering what the foliage on a cypress tree, if that would be edible, if that would be a food source. Then I'm looking at this this moss here, which I've heard, I forget what it's called. It's a type of lichen though, and I wonder if that's edible. I hear the term old man's beard a lot in reference to it, but I wonder what kind of nutritional value that might provide for large species of primate or other animals. It might not. I don't know what might eat it and what wouldn't. But I believe that if Bigfoot lives out here, it would survive a little bit off of the fish and the aquatic life, frogs and crayfish and things like that. But I wonder how much of it would be plant matter and how much of it would be meat or things like that. Careful, careful, sit down, stay. He's trying to move around back there. Look, he's trying to turn the other way now. Bandit, 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 lay down, lay down, lay down. I don't even know how he didn't fall over just now. Lay down, you lay down. Hey, lay down. You lay down, Bandit. Bandit, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Don't fall over. Oh my gosh, you're leaning too much. That's better. You're ridiculous, dog. But I love you, you stinker. Okay, as we're going along our swamp tour, I want you to look over to your right. You'll see the spot where Kermit the Frog likes to sit on the pier and play his banjo. So these little mounds from the cypress trees, those are called knees. And I'm going to try to get on over there and perform a little experiment with these cypress knees. Let me just come around here, and we're going to conduct our experiment. Not even a twitch. Well, seems your reflexes could be better. You get it? Because cypress knees, you know, you check a reflex by hitting the knee. Okay, so we had a shower at the bathhouse. I'm feeling squeaky clean after a few days of not bathing and living in my truck. And we're gonna come out on the dock. We're gonna listen for sounds. The dock is lighted. Or did I say dock? I meant pier. The pier is lighted, and we can see out into the night a little bit. But I wanted to come out here and get some recordings of some sounds. If Bandit would stop breathing like a chain smoker. Oh, I just saw a big fish down there. I can only assume that these large fish probably prey on the moths and things that fall down here. I'm looking at a fish, but I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Looks like a gar. Wow. There's a bunch of them. Too cool. There's a whole bunch of them down here. And they are active. Okay, so we're going down to the dark pier, and Bandit is like scared of this broom. Like, look at him, he's like avoiding it. Bandit, it's just a broom. Like he jumped, it startled him somehow. Bandit, come here. Come here, it's just a broom. Hey, come here, it's just, look at him, he's like going a long way around it. He doesn't trust the broom. Is there something under it? No, Bandit, it's just a broom. Bandit. It's just a broom. Come here. Come here, sit. Okay, man. Okay, look. It's clearly the devil. I'm sorry. I was wrong. But something's down here. Let's check it out. So if you're terrified of a broom, what would happen if we saw the Caddo critter, huh? As long as it doesn't have a wooden handle, you're fine? Okay. I don't see much eye shine. I do see something shiny up in this tree branch, though. I can't tell if it would be the eye of a spider or a cricket or a tree frog. I don't know. It could just be a fishing lure that got caught up there. It's too far away to tell. It's super dark, though. I was going to get some sound recordings, but sounds like the highway is pretty noisy right now. Maybe later. Maybe we can do this later. Stars are out. The moon is almost over the tree line. There's a lot of fish jumping. Be a good time to go fishing, but I don't know if there's a curfew on that type of thing down here.